We're all together here.
Okay, we need to start with this because everyone's going apeshit in the chat. Do you guys know what's his Pierre Woodman is? It's a porn dude.
Nope.
No. Okay, well you probably do. If you found some like amateurish porn with like a really hairy guy, he's like really hairy and like always banging these like really hot chicks in these like 90s looking bedrooms.
Nice.
You never found anything like that?
No, not off the top of my head.
No,
the
I don't
only dude
I don't typically remember the dudes.
Okay, well he's like a pretty well-known porn producer, European guy. And one time he was trying to get me to do like my first anal in porn, which I never did anal in porn. And like I went to like an interview thing, but it was like an auditions thing. But like I hadn't said for sure if I was gonna like work with him or not. I just was going to meet him, you know? And what happened was I went and met this guy and all he wanted to do was just shoot an anal scene. And I was like, I'm sorry, like your content's just kind of amateurish. My first anal scene needs to be more marketable, you know? But I did like him a lot anyway. And so on his forums, on his like personal forums, God damn it, Mom, wrong time for me. On his like, on his like personal forums, he was like telling everybody how like cool I was and whatever, but that they wouldn't be getting a scene from me. They only posted some sort of like, I don't know, I think I did like a little masturbation scene or something. Like I honestly kind of
just
forgot.
basic masturbation
Just some
stuff.
bean flicking.
Yeah, but then he posted a picture of just like a wet spot on the couch. So for some reason, I've been getting this comment and like question all the time. And I'm like not gonna make a whole video about it, but they're always like, "What did you do with Pierre Woodman? What did you do?" And I didn't, and that's what they want to know.
But it was your wet spot on the couch.
What?
It was your wet spot on the couch, or was he just fake newsing everybody?
It was my wet spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pierre is not fake news. You know what I just realized? We are 6 minutes in, and we haven't even said welcome, everybody, to the Dude Comedy Podcast.
Oh, wait, we should do that. Okay, sorry. I got distracted by my
I
chat.
liked it.
Two guys, one porn star.
Two guys, one porn star. Could be the new future podcast here. For those of you listening, it might sound different. That was a different intro. Burns and Jimmy both couldn't join us today, so we brought a beautiful replacement who we'll get into later, even though she just told you kind of what she did. There's something else I was supposed to say too, right?
Oh, well, you could just edit that out. Like,
no way, we leave it all.
That's how you open a show.
That's how you open a show, talking about wet spots.
I'm like slightly uncomfortable.
I think that was actually the best icebreaker, just kind of coming in with that out of the gate, because now I feel less tense.
Squirt spots. That's it. Just squirt spots.
Yeah. Now
that's how you break the ice.
And now I feel less tense.
Have you guys ever encountered a squirt spot?
Yeah, Kyle.
Like hardcore.
Luckily,
shit stuff.
Luckily, we're filming right now. Kyle, who normally I would think would not be blushing ever, is worried about the squirt spots.
Yeah, but
he's worried about it. Has he ever encountered a squirt spot?
Have you encountered a squirter?
Like a girl in high school, but
damn.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's
who knows how to squirt in high school?
I mean, I've always told people like the very first girl I dated, like I'm not gonna go super deep into it, but I always said like I cannot, like she would be a solid porn star because like she was down for fucking anything and everything. I mean, I did realize at one point like, okay, this whole squirt stuff, it definitely like smells like piss, but I mean it was cool.
Well then she wasn't hydrating correctly. Yeah,
I mean it was.
Because squirt's not exactly
it was
pee.
a handful of times, but some of the times it was like I swear she just pissed on me, but I was in the moment and I still thought it was cool. But no, I always tell people like this girl like should be a fucking porn star. Maybe not like she was a little fucked up in the head. So that has nothing to do with her should be a porn star moment. But that's why we're not together anymore. But yeah, she was a squirter, but she was insane. So, yeah.
I'm not insane.
That's what I was trying not to.
I don't know how this girl knew how to squirt in high school. It took me a long time to be able to do that. You know, I had to become more comfortable with myself.
That's what that's my story too. I just took me a while to become comfortable with myself. I'm just kidding.
But is it
to squirt?
But is it just does it to you? Does it just feel like you're peeing, or is it just natural? I mean, I've never.
Dude, we're diving right into the good stuff right away.
Usually, if I do squirt during sex, then like right after I have to go actually pee.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, how can both be pee? You
Oh,
know?
interesting. So that's kind of like a myth busted.
No, it feels like orgasming with stuff coming out.
I mean, it's
Like, I guess it feels like what it feels like for you to ejaculate. Does it feel like you're pissing when all that shit comes out of your dick? Like,
I mean, try to pee right after though.
Yeah. You have to pee when you have to pee afterwards. You have to just like
you gotta sit there
Yes.
and just like push, and you just had sex, but you're pushing so hard you let a couple farts out, and you're like, God damn it, I just killed the after sex mood.
But at that point, who cares? At that point, who cares?
What was that?
I think we need to go back another step. So we've covered
This is
squirting.
getting deep the first
Yeah,
couple
but we need to
minutes.
do a quick little intro. So you need to just let everybody know who might not know who you are, what you're doing on the show.
Hi, I am Redhead Redemption, aka Paige Jennings, aka formerly Veronica Vane, in the porn industry, and now have a YouTube channel. And it's got a lot of random stuff on it, including gaming and stuff.
So basically, if you're listening to this is the perfect girl in your niche because it's gaming, YouTube, and porn. Former porn.
And she's smart. You used to be on Wall Street.
Yeah, and used to be on Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
That's a crazy. So let me set the stage here. This is a crazy small world situation. Kyle and I run the website DudeComedy, and a while back when we first started, did you get turned down somehow?
No, I'm good. I was just making sure.
A while ago, we did an article. We weren't the first people to post it, but someone was like, "Oh, this girl quit Wall Street, whatever," and we redid the post and made it like a better title and all that. And who would have thought? You know, what is it? 2 years later, probably 2 years.
Oh, you guys covered me back then.
Yeah, just like a random article that it had started picking up traction.
Yeah.
So then we went and just grabbed some pics and made it a little better.
Turn it up a notch.
Yeah, we turned it up, made it a little.
Oh, I feel so like
Got a
special.
shit ton
It
of
was
clicks and
serendipity or destiny or both.
Yeah, so now we're here 2 years later. You're out of the industry, but in the new industry of gaming.
Uh-huh.
And is it
Was it really 2 years ago?
Well, how long ago did you leave Wall
It
Street?
makes me feel so old.
How long ago did you leave Wall Street to go do porn?
2015,
Yeah, so 2
January.
years. That makes us feel old. That means that we've ran a website for that long.
I know. I'm almost.
That's
We're about
crazy.
to turn 30. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, you want to come to my birthday party in
Sure.
it's in 3 weeks? You can go on a blind date with one of my buddies who is listening right now. Well, not right now, but
Aw.
he's Andy. We should set you
yeah.
up on a blind date. You'd love him or hate him. Sorry, Andy. I think that was all we needed for the intro. I just wanted to make sure people knew.
So I'm just curious, like, what made you do So what exactly did you do on Wall Street? Like, people say that, but like, it's not like you do one fucking thing on Wall Street.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Right. It's boring, kind of, but I graduated, but got a finance degree in something called alternative investments. So traditional investments are stuff like stocks and bonds, mutual funds, safety account, like what are they called, CDs or whatever.
Boring ones.
But
Yeah,
then
boring.
alternative investments are like higher risk, higher reward,
Bitcoin.
like hedge funds or real estate, venture capital, stuff like what Shark Tank does is going to be like more of an alternative investment. So I got hired by an asset management firm, the Lazard, publicly traded company called Lazard. No, doesn't mean anything to anybody here, but they're well known. And I worked on the marketing floor, but I was like an analyst. Basically, I was like trying to find people to both personal and institutional, meaning Harvard endowment and just like rich guys, to invest in Lazard's like alternative strategies.
I see.
So it was like
I see.
analyzing targets and raising assets. So it was like kind of sales, but like kind of analytics and a lot of data crunching.
I'm already bored.
And the success rate. Of,
I'm already bored. So I was like, yeah, let me just go take some dick. Fuck
yes.
this. Like,
But I mean, so with what you did though, you still use your like looks and stuff to attract these rich men. So
no, I was just an intern, so I was like a straight analyst. I didn't
okay, I
really
gotcha.
use any of my looks. I've used my looks in other ways on Wall Street and stuff, but like not. I didn't do that at Lazard. I literally just sat at a desk and data crunched, and I was pretty good at it.
I thought you meant
really
you
good
like
at
went
Excel.
out and you would like have these dinners and
like
say,
Tito's.
Like, hey, invest in this shit, motherfucker.
That's what it would have turned into if I had accepted the job offer, but I didn't. So
So then
yeah, I was just an intern.
then what was I know someone asked this question, so we'll probably get it again later when we do some Q&A, but like what was the deciding, like, you know what, I'm leaving this and the next thing I'm feeling is dick? Hey, she said it first. I liked how she said it.
So eloquent, so eloquent. It was really like I didn't actually mean to become a porn star initially. I was like looking into industries that I thought could be like disruptive and that I could have like good entrepreneurial ideas, because I realized that I wasn't good at working for people and I had no desire to do it anymore.
Yeah, hate that.
So I was like, long story short, I came across porn. I thought that shit looked like it was still in 2002. And I was like, I think there's probably some innovation that can happen in that business. So what I was actually trying to do was go find like an analyst data crunching position in porn. And I went about that in a way that somehow ended up with me posting half naked pictures on Twitter. I figured I was trying to get someone's attention about porn so they could tell me where like the analyst jobs were. So I posted pornish stuff, and then before I could even like breathe, basically within a week, I got let go at Lazard, and then it went viral, and I was the Wall Street porn star before I literally ever touched any dicks other than my boyfriend's. So it was just a sudden like just tornado and like of glamour and calls from the porn industry and news journalists and come on to all these TV things, Fox and CBS and all this stuff, and it happened like so fast, and all of a sudden I was a Wall Street porn star. So that's kind of how it happened.
That's
you
crazy.
Basically analyzed DNA with your vagina.
Ooh.
So I mean, it's still the same job type, just a little different.
I mean,
yeah. So you're an analyst.
I was just I did this stuff with dick and whatever, mostly because it was like I thought, all right, if you ever want to run a restaurant, right, you should probably be a waiter to really learn the business.
Yeah. Start from the bottom. Now
I thought I would learn a lot as a porn star, and I'm kind of like a risk taker, and I was like YOLO, and I like sex, so it all sort of happened like that.
The stars aligned, you mean?
Yeah.
But that's interesting because I've also heard from using the restaurant analogy, you never want to know how the sausage is made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
that's a different analogy.
So you still have the same boyfriend now that you did before?
No,
okay.
God, no, Jesus.
Okay, I was just curious.
I mean, I have a
be
boyfriend.
Funky, like, okay, I can see if you dated a porn star, like while you knew she was a porn star, but like, I would feel weird if my wife just got into porn like tomorrow. Like, that's not the same.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I was, at the time that I went into porn, I was dating a guy who was a lot more like sexually open and into like swinger stuff and whatever.
Nice.
So to him, he really liked the idea. At least he thought, until I actually did it, and I slept with a guy with a bigger dick than him, and then he like lost his shit, and we never recovered, and we broke up later.
Damn.
That's my fear with swinging too, because I got a small dick.
I don't got the length.
I
got the
didn't care
girth.
though. I wasn't like, oh my God, his dick was bigger, so I'll never be able to come again with you. I wasn't like that. Honestly, big dicks are overrated.
Yes. Hey, everyone listening right there, that's a soundbite. We're gonna rewind that. Big dicks are overrated.
Dude, this is some great content within the first 15 minutes.
This is already our best show, and I hate to say this, Jimmy and Burns, but I think we fully commit to doing this all the time because they're out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll continue the Dude
Why,
Comedy.
thank you, my boys.
We'll continue the Dude Comedy podcast, and then we start our own, just called Two Guys, One Porn Star. That's just
not bad.
That's a good name.
I like it. I'm down.
Have you ever seen Two Girls,
Yeah,
One Cup?
I'm basically a guy in, like, if you had been, if you had big tits and, like, all that stuff, like, basically it would be
like
me.
if I would have thought about the joke that I said, like, before we even started talking to you about you analyzing DNA with your pussy, like, that would sound a little aggressive. But now that we're talking to you, I'm like, she's just a dude that looks like a girl.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
And that's a good bio right there.
Me and Colby did make the mistake during
this
our
is a big
research
mistake.
session of like, okay, well, let's see what she's all about, and
Just wanted to grab some info so we didn't look like nerds and like not know our stuff.
And it definitely was a little different seeing a couple of clips.
Yeah, because now we're looking at you.
Oh, you researched me.
Yeah.
Oh,
what kind of podcast people would we be
Yeah,
if we didn't at least spend some time?
So, like, you thought you needed to see my vagina to,
Well,
like,
that
fully
wasn't the original
understand
plan.
me as a
Yeah, we
human
just
being.
search your name on Pornhub, and they throw that shit right in front of your face.
It was too late to stop.
Yeah.
And it was all in GIF form too, and it was like all in GIF, and we were both sitting this close.
And it was just like,
Yeah. No, luckily there's no sound, so we're not like completely traumatized to talk to you. But I mean, I think it definitely. If you ever have issues trying to like get your nerves,
So wait,
we did see a dude kissing you, and I was like, man, that's kind of weird. Like,
yeah, that was
you
interesting.
don't do that in porn. You don't kiss.
So wait, like I'm curious. Like when you look at me, like do you see my vagina?
It was kind of small thumbnail, so we really didn't get the like.
That's a good question, though.
Don't bullshit me. You clicked. You
we rolled over it.
We
where
could
it
have
plays
clicked, but we were sitting
scenes.
next to each other.
I did say to really analyze this person, I need to see nut on her face, but we didn't see one of those clips.
No, we did. In full disclosure, we did hover GIFs, which is basically like we just watched porn. Hold on. Let's take a.
wait, you did this like right?
Yeah, like 30 minutes. Let's peel the onion back.
Hold on,
So
before I went to go pick up my kid from preschool.
From preschool. Kyle and I technically watched porn together today.
Yeah.
With the person we're talking to right now. What's on your bucket list? We just did that, people.
Cunts. Okay.
Wait, so you guys watched my porn like next to each other? Like, I mean, about how
No, we didn't
far
watch-
in
it's
inches?
just
About this close.
Oh yeah, we were this close, but we didn't watch the actual video. We
It
just
was
scrolled
GIFs.
over it where it just shows thumbnails.
I mean, you can do a lot with the gift.
That's all we needed. I mean, what?
But I was just like, geez, we got to talk to this person today? Fucking A, man. What are we doing with our lives?
I think it made it easier. I think that I'm more comfortable now because I've seen your nakedness on the internet.
I just was...
So you're not like wondering. There's no more fantasy, basically, so you can kind of focus.
I was
You
just
can
thrown
call it
off
that.
on why you were kissing this dude. That's what I felt uncomfortable with.
People can't kiss in porn?
I don't know. It's if you just meet, kissing is different. That's what I tell people. Like, okay, if you cheat on your wife, right? Like, it's okay. I
Okay,
understand
rewind.
If you're super horny and your wife ain't giving you whatever, you go cheat stuff. Like, cool. But like when you start kissing that person, like that's when you're really cheating. Because kissing, I prank called a not a porn star, but a prostitute once, and in her listing it said no kissing. And at first I was like, "What the fuck? You're gonna let somebody fuck you and nut on you and all this stuff, but you can't kiss her?" Then I thought about it like that's
right.
That's more emotional, like kissing. You know?
That's love.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you fall in love.
Well, what it is though is it's like, because if they're gonna go meet up with this like random dude or whatever, it's just like kissing someone that you're not really like into is kind of it's gross. Like it feels like wrong, but like you can still have sex with someone you're not really into because it still like feels good.
Oh, that's a good
know?
point.
But like kissing makes it feel awkward.
Yeah,
That's
you
a really
close
good
So you
your
keep
eyes
it more
and think
like
it's somebody
primal,
else,
I guess.
Yeah, but that's all I was thrown off about. But everything else seemed pretty.
Oh wait,
normal.
hold on. Can we back up? Wait, did you just say you were like looking up escort listings?
Oh, that was Kyle's old go-to thing.
That's. I guess I could. Yeah, because you're probably not familiar with people. So I used to be really. I used to have I had a 2 million follower YouTube channel, and then that one got terminated.
R.I.P.
But then I have one that's like 1.3 million, but I don't really make videos anymore, mainly because we kind of moved on to the website stuff, and now like YouTube. Basically, if you say a tiny swear word, you get demonetized. So it's a pretty.
That's not true.
I mean, a lot of my videos. Let's just say a lot of my videos that I used to do, they would get just ultimately flagged now.
Well, I was having that problem too. I mean, all I do is swear and talk about dicks. So, and
nice.
I'm monetized on not all of my videos.
Yeah.
But the only ones on my channel that are like straight up demonetized are like the ones where I'm like literally reacting to porn or something like that. Like
or you
the
have, like,
obvious
porn
ones.
in the
But
title or something.
I
like
have plenty
that.
of stuff like recent ones where I just talk about the porn industry or I talk about having been a stripper and I curse and all of that stuff. They're monetized.
Yeah.
I just have to submit them for review now.
Yeah, see,
They usually get.
That's what I mean. I post every now and then. I just really not into it anymore, just because
Well, I'll take your channel if you want. I mean,
it's all yours.
Hey,
that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like if we do our thing, because I don't use it, I'll post bullshit on it every now and then. But what I used to do, what I first started getting popular on, is we would go to Backpage and we would get prostitutes, escorts, phone numbers. And we would just ultimately fuck with them. Because my theory...
Oh, my God.
My theory was, okay, like, people don't like when you prank call,
businesses.
Like businesses and stuff like that. Because you're just wasting those people's times. But my theory was, like, okay, these prostitutes, like, they're going to make a shitload of money. And what they're doing, is illegal, so it's not going to be frowned upon for me fucking with them, is kind of what my theory was.
Hey, as a business model,
Oh my
that was really
God.
smart. Like, as a business model.
So that's what I was like, okay, we're going to do that hardcore. So, I mean, that's kind of what started blowing up my page, and then we went and started doing, like, chat roulette shit, just fucking with people on chat roulette, and it was all good and dandy, and then one day I woke up with my 2 million follower page. I woke up and it's like, you've been terminated. And I'm like, well, that fucking sucks. And
for what? I don't get it. How would you just be terminated? I mean, there's so many racy channels.
So I pretty much started around, I want to say like 2013. No, it was 2011. 2011.
Yeah, because it
and be 13. Things were just different back then. Like they didn't have the 3 strike rule. And then, so at one point I had like 7 strikes on my channel. Just a lot of this stuff, like we were just kind of new to it, and we didn't read the terms of service and stuff. So we got in trouble for some of that stuff. And then they implemented the 3 strike rule, and I didn't have any strikes. But then one day they just went through, and I do this series. I still do sometimes, but I had a series where I would go into adult chat rooms and I would say I was a horny 13-year-old girl, and I would get like 40-year-old dudes adding me on Skype. And
oh my God, that's
them.
Disgusting.
No, I would it's bad how many there are.
Series
never mind. I get it now.
The series was blowing up, but then YouTube went through and I got like 5 strikes in one day. Took all the videos down. Even like videos where I blurred everybody out in the video was still taken down. And then the final straw was when I posted a video and I just copied and pasted the tags from a previous video that was similar, but it had a Miley Cyrus tag in it, and the video had nothing to do with Miley Cyrus. And so that was the fucking tipping point, was he put misleading tags because he had a Miley Cyrus tag in a video that had nothing to do with Miley Cyrus. So that was the tipping point of all the fucking strikes that I got for crazy stuff, and then the misleading tag put it over the edge, and RIP.
2 million, then that's crazy just to be like, bat.
Yeah, but it was I was due for a change. We started the website, which like revenue wise was, for the best, and it's something I always knew when I was on YouTube. I'm like, I'm not going to be fucking prank calling prostitutes when I'm 40, I mean, I could, but that just looks weird. That just looks weird on my part. So I was like, it's kind of a good thing. I still have a large channel that if I want to get back into it, I just don't have the right shit to post. But I mean, doing stuff like this, I could just take clips and put it on there, and I think it would actually be pretty successful to point people to the podcast.
Boom.
Dang.
Yeah, we have our new business partner on the call with us now.
Aww.
On the channel.
Well, you do always need like a chick on any like dude show. Exactly. You need a chick, otherwise it's too much of a sausage fest.
It would be so if we had our own podcast, and it's kind of fucked up because we're on a DudeComedy podcast,
a successful podcast.
Yeah, but you can't have 5 people. Like 4 people's a lot. Like 3 people is perfect, but 5 people is too much. 4.
Well, you can mix it up. Like not every person has to be in every podcast.
Yeah, but I think like, even if we were like promoting it on the Facebook page, like just by having a girl on there, like the promotion, click-through rate would just be through the fucking roof, obviously, because you got nice tits and stuff, and people are like, holy shit. And then they figure out that you're actually like smart and stuff,
and into gaming. Gaming.
Yeah. Jesus.
You're just a pawn in our game, though.
Yeah, you're just a pawn in our game.
We're not really
friends
fine. With you.
I made a whole career on being used, so.
Shit.
All right. Well, next topic.
I think we got.
Is this the Everything About Porn podcast? We have a lot of questions from Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, Colby has a whole doc full of questions.
Yeah, I saved a bunch of them.
But I'm sure we covered some of them already.
Yeah, I wonder if we should talk about that viral video real quick, just to separate the porn and the scumbag stuff. Or do you want to skip it?
I mean, it is kind of a weird turn, but I'll talk about it.
Yeah, you down for a weird turn down a dark alley?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah,
here we
always.
go.
All right, we'll just hit it real quick. So there's this dude. He's golfing. You might have seen the video. It's a couple weeks old. I don't know if you watch viral videos. So he's golfing. He's like a 50-year-old fucking dude. He has his 50-year-old buddy filming him, and there's like, it's not a goose, but we'll call it a goose, or
it's like a mix. It looks like a goose.
It's a larger bird just sitting there on a golf. It's just sitting there on the ground, mind its own business. Its head's kind of like almost like it's sleeping. They hunker their head down.
Okay.
So the video starts, and the dude's like, "You recording?" And the guy recording is like, "Yeah," like laughing and shit. And he's golfing. He takes his wedge and fucking swings the club and decapitates the bird. Right? Yeah, I know.
And then they upload it to the damn internet.
And then they put it on the fucking internet. And so the dude, like, I mean, I understand maybe if it's like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid, like, what in the fuck are you doing? Like, I mean,
they don't know better, even though they should know better.
Yeah, but it's like a 50-year-old. I'm assuming he's somewhat wealthy. He's out golfing. His shit looked all nice.
I mean, did he mean to? Like, was it on purpose?
Yeah. He's sitting there and he's like, almost like he's about to hit a ball, like kind of taking like warm-up swings and shit, and he just fucking swack and just decapitates. And his excuse for it happening is, what did he say? He said he hit the bird with his drive, so he already hit the bird, so he was peacefully putting the bird down, because that's the right thing to do. Even though, like, when his buddy starts filming, he's like, he's laughing while he's filming, and the dude kind of did it like savagely. He does it, and he doesn't. His facial expression just looks pissed off. Like he doesn't like laugh, or I mean,
it's a scumbag move. Is what it is.
It was basically just a scumbag move. And if you guys that are watching want to check out the clip, we'll have the link up there
Or somewhere.
Yeah, well, you guys can check.
Wait,
it
so
out.
were we just talking about it, or was there a thing you were trying to?
Well, we were just gonna lead it into like, why do certain people think it's like not smart, but why do they post this like crimes and just dumb shit on the internet with them in it?
I
Like,
think
what's
it's just
wrong with
attention.
people?
Like at a certain point, they're just like, all attention is good attention. I mean, have you seen some of these dumbass little YouTubers who have like millions and they make like 70 grand a month and they're like 22 little twits?
But that's the
fucking
thing. Yeah,
Rice
they're
Gum and Jake
doing
Paul.
this?
Oh God, no!
they're fucking.
I'm like,
so what they are?
Who watches this? Like, who legitimately is like,
I'll tell
okay,
you.
these guys are so
They're
cool.
children
It's like
inside of
12-year-olds.
25-year-old bodies, and like they. I mean, it's smart.
It's
if you wanna
okay
make
to
a
be young
shitload
at
of-
heart, but they're so like narcissistic and like over the top, and like
They're just.
I get it.
ultra
Maybe it's like
fucking
these
corny.
like 14-year-old guys want to be them, you know, because they're hanging out with Instagram models and like making it rain. But it's just so fucking trashy.
Yeah, they're all just ultra fucking cornballs. Like it's like that. Actually, I mean, they're playing
Like,
the game
stop
right.
making
If they
stupid
want to make
people
a lot
famous.
of, if they want to make a lot of money, they're playing the game right because they're pleasing the fucking 11 to 13, 14-year-olds, you know. But I see.
I'm not so sure though. I feel like they have to have a lot more than just those because they also make a ton of money off like merch and like stuff that 11-year-olds aren't buying.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
there's
it's more like
legitimately
just the high school-
22-year-olds
the
who think
high
this is
school
cool.
age. But I'll never understand it. I've tried to like think of ways to like capture that crowd and do, but it's you got to be a fucking just complete cornball. You know?
Cornball.
Yeah, I've seen the Content Cop guys.
Yeah.
All right. The Content Cop that iDubbbz made.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
hail iDubbbz.
Yeah, he's
All
the man.
praise.
It's he seems like he's just one of those dudes that like he's smart enough right now that he knows that the Rice Gum guy is sitting there creating his comeback and he already has his comeback to his comeback done. Like, cause that was a 30-minute video, but you know he has more shit on him.
Oh yeah.
He did that with the Leafy dude. Where the Leafy dude came back and he literally, it's like Eminem in 8 Mile when he's like, "What you gonna say about me? Like I'm this, I'm that." Like that's what iDubbbz does. His whole thing is like, this is the worst part of me, and this is what you could say about me, and this is how you're gonna try and defend yourself, and I'm still gonna murder your career.
He's just the type of dude that you just can't say shit to. Like you like what are you gonna bring up? Like he went to that one event and said nigger to that girl. Like he doesn't give a fuck. Like he's just one of those people. It's like I would never want to talk shit with that guy, just because you know whatever you say, unless you knew like something deep like about like his family or something super fucked up, like which would make you look bad anyway. But like you can't say shit to that dude to piss him off or like get him going. Like he just has that personality.
He's too collected.
Yeah, like I mean,
collected is the perfect
there's
word
tons of
for
stuff
it.
you could probably say on him, you know, but he's just got like the I don't give a fuck attitude. He's not like like you could say shit to Keemstar and really like get under his fucking skin.
Well,
but,
that's what there was a couple weeks ago. I follow Ethan and everyone. They were going back and forth. The H3 dude because he
All
was,
hail
like,
Ethan.
they were just going back and forth, and it was just like 9 videos to like one tweet, 9 videos to one tweet. So it's the whole drama and views situation on YouTube is just so funny to me. Like being as someone who just like kind of watches from the sideline, like how they can just get so mad for one thing, but then they like so quickly pile on the next guy.
Yeah,
or
just
pile
to
on the
move
net-
the attention
yeah.
of
I
somebody
know.
else. Remember, Ethan hollered at us. What was that? A year ago?
Yeah, we used to post Ethan's videos.
We were on to Ethan before he was huge, and we posted one of his links. Well, it was a link on our site to his video, and he hit us up, and he was all pumped up and shit.
He's like, thanks for
Oh,
he's like,
nice.
thanks for posting this. Da, 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 da. I've actually watched it to Kyle.
But that was
I've
before.
actually
That was
watched
when
the
he
videos.
was he was small. Or like 300,000 followers, probably.
Yeah, it was
Not small, but that small.
I mean, yeah, that video wasn't even like that big on Reddit yet, and I think when someone sent it to us, and he was putting somebody on blast, like a kissing prank or something, and we posted that, and I mean, technically we launched his career. If you want.
Yeah. That's why he still follows me on Twitter, even though he just probably looks at it every day, wanting to unfollow it, but he's just like, I can't, man. This guy
'cause these
projected
guys-
me to where I'm at.
That's just life. Oh, let me pull these questions up again.
Let's
Yeah.
actually make sure.
All right, chat. Don't worry. We're getting to your questions now.
Oh, you can
They're
start
all
going
just-
for some through your chat. I have I pulled the ones from the DudeComedy
No, we'll do
Twitter.
those because those were the first ones. So, and I'm sure they'll overlap.
Yeah,
so
so you don't got to do
Yeah.
that first one. The second one.
Oh yeah, so what makes you drop? Okay, here we go. So this question is porn like the WWE? Fake story but real moves. It's a good question.
I don't really get that because I'm not really a WWE person.
I think
so,
what they're
like,
trying to ask basically is like, so
It's
WWE is scripted and they like,
But that motherfucker really did a backflip, you know?
yeah. So like you
Okay,
might be
then-
going to a thing, but yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, yeah, like pretty much anything at Brazzers is gonna be more like WWE-ish and like those kind of sites, where there's like, doctor takes advantage or like stepmom, like all that kind of stuff. Definitely, like it's all fake and silly. But there's also like gonzo porn where it's just people fucking and it's raunchy and it's hardcore. A lot of times those scenes are literally just like, all right guys, just just fuck now, and all we want you to do is make sure you like do doggy over the couch or something during the fucking, but otherwise you're do whatever you want.
So do you
and
get, like, a
come on her
list?
face, by the way.
Oh.
Don't come in there and do a face shot. That's it. Now fuck.
So like let's just set the stage for people who might not have ever been to a porn set. So do you show up and it's just like, hey, for that, let's just take that for example. What you said it was Gonza?
Gonzo is like unscripted.
So
there's like scripted porn
and you just have to follow
unscripted
like
porn.
a cliff note bullets of, okay, make sure you get this and this and this.
Sometimes, yeah, like some it depends on who you're shooting for and what they want. I mean, it's like sometimes if you're doing a gonzo scene, but it's like supposed to be a squirting scene, then obviously there needs to be lots of squirting. So you got to make sure you squirt in like lots of different positions. Like that's about as scripted as like a gonzo scene is gonna get. It's just like it's thematically, A lot of times it'll just be like you'll just be fucking, and then whoever the camera guy / director is, it's often the same person. He'll be like, all right, can you come out of her ass now? Okay. All right, yeah, do it like that. Can you make it bubble? All right, cool.
So what if you're
So
told?
like they'll
what if
say
you're
that
told to
like
squirt,
while
but
you're
you can't?
doing it. So a lot of times they're directing and scripting.
Oh, I can
like,
just
while the
imagine
sex
me
is
there,
happening.
just like walking around, like getting the perfect
Yeah,
shot. Like, oh.
I've had like camera dudes / directors or whatever like fucking playing with my toes and shit like while it was happening.
Oh, weird. That is so weird. That's not. Oh.
Is it frowned upon for like? I mean, so actually, one of the other questions is like, typically, how many people are behind, like, watching? But I've seen some weird porn where there'll be like dudes jerking off in the background. That's I don't know if that.
No,
Oh, okay.
there's no dudes jerking off in the background unless they're like guys who are in the scene who are trying to stay hard or something. But yeah, people always ask like, how many people are on a porn set? And honestly, I've done scenes where it's like one guy with the camera and it's just him and whoever the performers are. And I've been on scenes where there's like 10 people all around like watching. There's like a makeup girl on hand to like fix your fucking powder, and then there's the camera guy, and then there's the director, and then there's a sound guy and a light guy. So like sometimes it just depends on the budget and like who you're shooting for. Like Brazzers typically has more like 5 or 6 people around if you're going to shoot for like a Brazzers property or something, or one of their properties of that same company that owns them. But like Elegant Angel or something might just be like one guy.
So while you're fucking during a porn, do you ever? I mean, this. I'm not trying to offend, but do you ever just sit, like think like you're just sitting there getting fucked and you're just thinking like, how in the hell did I get to this moment, you know?
Oh my God.
You're just like,
I'll try not to be offended.
no, I'm not saying like, okay, for like, honestly, like, so you're really intelligent and stuff, but I mean, you'd have to like, I feel like when you were
Just
going,
spit it
when
out.
you were
I'm
going
fine.
to Wall
I'm cool.
Street,
Don't
like,
worry.
it's not
Just
like,
spit it out.
it's not when you were going to Wall Street.
Yeah,
I would
when I was a little girl, I wasn't like, ooh, I'm gonna grow up
yeah,
and
well,
take
that's
lots of dicks.
that's
for
what
a
I'm
living.
saying.
That
When
sounds
you were
great.
on Wall Street, it's not like you were thinking like, okay, my next career move is porn, you know. And then you told us your stories.
Well, I was actually until it kind of snowballed into it,
but
bigger thing.
But not while you
I-
like when you started Wall Street, you know. But I mean, we got your
Yeah,
story
no.
and stuff, and it makes sense in how you told it. But it's just kind of like thinking like I feel like I do it all the time where I'm in a certain situation and even
the
even if
only
it's
time I can just answer, like the only time I felt like kind of what you're saying was there were certain situations like when I was working with girls that I thought were like too young and naive to be there, and it felt really awkward to do something sexual with them.
yeah.
Like that, those were the kind of things that made me think like, what am I fucking doing this for? This is ridiculous.
I mean, like,
but otherwise, when I was just doing like a normal scene with like a dude I had approved and it was fun and like, I was orgasming, like, no, I wasn't sitting there going like, what am I doing with my life? I was like, no, I was like coming my brains out,
Yeah.
like, I was fine. But also at the same time, when I was in porn, I didn't think of it like, I'm a porn star. Like my identity wasn't a porn star. I was trying to build a company, which I don't really want to go into here, but I'm going to make some videos about it for my channel. But I was trying to build like a porn company, long story short, basically the iTunes of porn. And that was like my main focus. So yeah, so whenever I was like on set or fucking, I always saw it as like, another step on the ladder, sort of like something else I was learning, some new people I was meeting.
You got to be the
something
waitress
like that.
before you can run the restaurant, you know.
Exactly. So no, I was, for the most part, wasn't sitting there going like, what am I doing with my life? Because I knew exactly what I was doing with my life.
Yeah, is it, I mean, like with your comment about like younger girls and stuff, like, I mean, I would feel really uncomfortable, like, you like an 18-year-old girl, like in the porn industry. It's kind of like, does this really?
Well, that's
like,
actually, I have a question that I pulled from your Twitter. If someone asked that, said, would you ever encourage an 18-year-old girl to do porn? If yes, what advice would you give her? And that's from.
Yeah, no, fuck no. Stay away from porn. Stay away from any sex industry stuff if you're under like 21, 22. It's just, you don't know who you are yet. You don't know what you like. You don't know if one day you want to be a teacher. You don't know what kind of men you're attracted to, and if those are the kinds of men that might accept you for your past or not. There's just so many ifs and you need to wait like a little while to kind of get your bearings and learn who you are first before you can make such a life deciding choice, know.
Well, that's like what they always say.
And they're just so young and so easily take advantage of, and like you can't put young girls that young, and that's stupid, in situations where it's in everyone else's best interest to like take advantage of them, and they don't know how to stand up, they don't know how to speak up, they don't know how to make sure that they don't get taken advantage of.
It's kind of like when people ask me about tattoos, and it's like either a kid in high school or just out of high school, and like I remember my friend Cody. He wanted to get his last name tattooed on his like upper back that said his last name in like Old English. I'm like, dude, you're fucking 18. Like, you don't know. Like, I'll tell you right now, that's a terrible idea. But like, it's kind of like tattoos and porn are like the same. It's like, are you sure you want to fucking put that on yourself for the rest of your life? Just because you think it's cool in this exact moment. Like,
yeah, maybe think it over for a little bit.
Yeah, put some thought into that shit. Like, are you sure you want that face tattoo right now? Like, that shit is gonna follow you for the rest of your fucking life. Like, at least please just put more thought into it.
Well, I always think of like that, what everyone's been saying for years, which is just once it's on there online, it's never coming down.
Right.
And then when you try and get it taken down, that's when more people spread it. So it's just like people don't.
Yeah, you just have to own it at that point. Like, you can't just do that. Like, when I did it, like, I was fully aware it was going to be on the internet for a while. But at the same time, I'm one of those people that like I thought, well, even if at some point I'm like, oh, damn, this is kind of impeding me. I'm not the kind of person that has like an external locus of control, if you know what that is. Like, I feel like everything is in my control, and like I can make shit happen if I want to. So to me, I was like, if I want to go back to Wall Street one day in some capacity, porn's not going to stop me. Like, that was my attitude. And it's
I like
true,
that
too. Like,
you're like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, you are like a Swiss Army knife.
What does that mean?
Like the multi-tool, like you're
You got
Like,
multiple tools, and you don't just stab people.
You're good
you
in
can
the
also be a
YouTube gaming
scourge.
world. You're good on Wall Street.
Oh, right,
You're good
yeah.
at fucking,
Yeah, I confuse myself, honestly.
You're a Swiss Army knife with the dildo on it.
Yeah, there we go. That reminds me of when we were just talking about that. Not the Swiss Army knife part. Before that, the library girl from Oregon State who filmed herself flicking her bean.
That cunt. Oh my god.
But then
Jesus.
she did the opposite thing, which if it was, man, how do I say this so I don't sound like a creep? If I was like a porn PR person, she did like the opposite route where she like denied it in a way and like, oh, I did whatever, and then by that point, then she's like, oh, now I want to do porn. Like she almost put porn down, but then was like, okay, I'll do porn now. But
I know that's exactly what happened.
She had like dug herself a hole to where she had like talked bad about porn people for so long, and it was just like too late.
Mm-hmm. But now she's in the porn industry, seemingly doing fine. She works primarily for the guy who runs like Blacked and Tushy and stuff. She like and hangs out with him on his yachts and whatever. I never understand how girls are so like happy to be an accessory. I don't get it.
Tushy, what a good name.
Yeah, fuck.
Tushy.
Yeah. 1 second though, I need to change the battery on my camera so that you can get the footage.
Oh, we can stall.
So we probably need to stop it because hers is gonna stop.
Well, I'll just make a note. Okay, at this point, we're going to cut this audio out. Hey, at this point, we're going to cut this video out. And then we'll just resync when she comes back.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Oh, damn.
Yoga pants. We could think of a better name than Tushy, man. That's good, though. Black.
Yeah.
Two guys.
Her and I got in a fight once, that chick. Like an internet fight. What happened was we were being sponsored by the same company, basically Ashley Madison, but different properties. So I was being sponsored by something called I forget the name actually, Arrangement Finders. And I was basically going on like media and stuff, talking them up and whatever. And then she was sponsored by another property, like Broke College Girls or something. So they came up with the idea that we should start a fake Twitter fight. So I tweeted at her like some shots fired kind of funny, witty thing. And she immediately like went on the defensive, even though like they told me that they had told her this, like that she was in on it or whatever. And I don't think they were lying. I think she literally just took it as an opportunity to like victimize herself. So she started just like trying to insult me back, but like, bitch, it's hard to go at wits with me. Like, I'm gonna get you.
Dumb.
So my tweets, it's online somewhere, like the actual exchange, Kendra Sutherland and Veronica Vane or whatever, Twitter fight. And anyway, she started getting so like, I'm attacked and being cyberbullied. Veronica Vane is a cyberbully. I'm like, bitch, take a joke and get better at dishing it. That's it.
Yeah, that's when you bring up this was supposed to be fake and you got fucking real, bitch. Now you're mine.
Yeah,
I
now
know.
it's owned.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of porn star drama, you know what? A question that isn't on this list that someone wanted me to ask you is your thoughts on everyone's least favorite, but at one point favorite porn star, Mia Khalifa.
Oh, she's on Twitch now, I know.
She's a streamer now?
She streams like sports games or something, and she like doesn't talk to her audience. That's all I know, really.
Sounds like
but she gets hella views. She's like huge already on Twitch. Anyway, my thoughts, I mean, like, I never met her, so I don't have like a personal opinion. She was tweeting at me to do like a scene with her for Bang Bros back when she was in porn, and then I just came into porn and I was all viral, and I should have done it. I should have done it. That would have been way smarter of me than what I actually did.
What'd you do? You get on the Bang bus without her?
I don't know. It would have just been probably a lesbian scene where I wore like UF colors and she wore FSU colors, and we like had a lesbian fight, if I had to guess.
God damn.
Anyway, I should have fucking done it. I really should have, but I
back
didn't.
the clock.
Yeah, that's when we were getting pretty popular back then too. So we could have
orchestrated this whole deal.
Yeah, I
man.
could have been the fuck.
We blocked. We all
blew
blew it
live
man.
on Facebook.
Yeah, Mia Khalifa for a while she had this viral tendency that if we just put her name in a post, it just would go out like crazy. But then people got to the point where they got fed up with her like trollness, I guess is the word. Like she used to troll like pro athletes and stuff, you know.
She still does it. I mean, she's still popular as fuck.
Yeah, and then that's when we started realizing all the comments were like, "This girl sucks." We're like, "Oh, well, I guess we got to change our stance
on the
on
next
this."
one.
I mean, it was really just a case of like it was just a lucky viral thing. Like a lot of these like internet people, like they just got really lucky. Like even me, like to an extent, like I got really lucky on like a smaller scale than some of them. But it's just that's it. Like Rice Gum got really lucky with one of his videos.
Cash Me Outside.
You know,
Cash Me Outside girl. Who's now?
Yeah, she got super lucky. Gee, she has a huge YouTube channel now, and I'm like, I was shocked. I was like, wait, you went from like just Cash Me Outside on like Jerry Springer or some shit, and to this?
She has a record deal.
She signed a $1 million record deal.
What? Are you kidding?
Swear.
Well, actually, can I tell you that's probably bullshit because like when I came out, they all tried to say I was making like hundreds of thousands and I signed some big deal and whatever. Like I didn't. It was 30,000. Like they were lying.
Well, yeah, it wasn't her.
News.
It wasn't her that said it. It was like actually like reported on like TMZ and shit.
TMZ's fake news.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull back up the questions. Oh, I was gonna ask you a couple more questions while we still have time. Well, we have plenty of time.
Okay.
But I have 4 left from mine, unless you want to get into your chat ones.
No, Chad hasn't really thrown them out yet, so go for it.
Okay, so
Chad, start thinking questions.
How many people are in there?
120.
Oh,
not bad.
Your streaming's a tough game.
And I'm like apparently delayed in the audio, so.
Yeah, when we used to like stream games and shit, like it would be so hard to stay in character when you peek over at the chat, and then you would see somebody say, "This is fucking gay." you just like try to act like you didn't see it, and you're like, "God damn it!" Now I just feel weird. Like, and it's only
I don't care.
One guy.
Because like for every one of those, there's people who are like, there in every stream. So
yeah, that was back in the day when I hadn't adapted.
This question is it true that after the scenes, the producers also get to score on PORNSTARs? I mean, here's the thing in porn. A lot of times the producers are also former or current male performers, or they're dating other porn stars because a lot of people in porn just date within porn. It happens a lot. So, like, yeah, a lot of porn stars end up fucking the producer, sometimes for fun. I mean, sometimes for dating purposes or whatever. I mean, a lot of people in porn just fuck everybody in porn because most people are pretty tested and they don't have to, like, use condoms and whatever. So, but no, it's like, it's not like I ever like showed up for a scene and then was like, all right, producer, your turn. Like,
ooh, the producer?
Everybody's just all souped up, ready to just fuck everybody.
It'd be, I mean,
but like some of the producers for sure, like some girls really want to work with certain producers. So like there are some who like get to fuck more because the girls feel like, oh, if I fuck him, he'll hire me. And by the way, it completely works if that does happen. And like they will hire you if you fuck them.
God damn.
So.
I wonder how many films you have to produce before like you don't get a boner when you're watching 2 people bang in front of you. You know, is that like, do you get what I'm saying? Like how until it's like, oh, this is my job, I can't get turned on.
I feel
a lot of the producers, like, I mean, honestly, a lot of them are pretty horny to begin with. They're not like asexual or whatever. They're not like that desensitized. But I mean, they are desensitized to like most of it. But if like there's obviously for any guy, like certain girls will come up and they'll just something about her or something about the scene, you know, will like be a turn on, you know. So like I definitely got hit on a lot by like producers and stuff that I was like, dude, why are you even hitting on me? Like you see like a hotter girl than me like every day of the week, like you know.
Your job is to watch sex.
I feel like it would be like I feel like it would take time for me to get a boner. Like
you're the opposite.
Right out of the gates, like if I was watching 2 people having sex with other people around me, and I'm just like...
Well, you still get boners when it was like, you're gonna have sex, though. Like, it doesn't mean that, like, your dick doesn't like pussy anymore. It just means, like, all right, I'm not so much a voyeur anymore. It all looks the same.
No, I mean, like, I feel like I would be just a little bit at first. Like, not saying as a director, just like as a person there.
I don't know. Camera guy did put my foot on his boner once, so, like... Obviously, it's possible.
He was just letting you know, like, hey, I'm here when this scene's over.
Yeah, he was like basically like, like, by the way, you're doing a good job. Here's my boner, but non-verbally.
Just in case you didn't have enough sex for the last 45 minutes, I'm ready for you.
Does the cameraman ever get any juice? Like,
what do you mean? Like, yeah, he'll get squirt on him and stuff.
No, I just meant like, does anybody
I for sure dritch some of the fucking camera dudes. I thought it was hilarious.
But I feel like if I was filming a camera.
Oh my god, I have to. There was this one time. So like I was on a couch, right, and I was doing like this kind of position. And so the guy was like under me, and I was like this.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to squirt in this position. So there was like the camera guy and like I think there were like 3 guys in front of me in this scene, but they were all like squatting down and like shooting up to try to make the dick look bigger and all that stuff. And like this wasn't just like a normal squirting scene. This was like a heavy squirting like garden hose scene. I drink a lot of water to try to have enough like fluids.
Like by a lot, do you mean like a gallon?
And I just remember like I'm going like this, and all of a sudden I'm just like just like soaked all the camera guys or like the dudes who are like down there like this, like to where like the camera and it actually has like water on it from me. And I remember thinking it's like the funniest thing ever. Like I just like come out of it and like these guys have like shit in their hair and whatever. I just felt very accomplished. I don't know why.
It. That's what I was kind of asking. So if you did that, I was the cameraman, and I had a boner, and you got a little squirt juice on me. I'm like, I need to fuck right now, you know? Like, do the cameraman ever get love?
Not for me.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was fucked out. Like, I'm not gonna go, like,
That's
you
what
know,
I'm
I
saying.
just
Like,
did this
what's
whole
the
scene
average
for like
time
half
it
an
normally
hour or
takes?
whatever.
Oh, half an hour. Like the average scene setup.
Half an hour, 45, sometimes longer. It just depends on how many cuts there are and stuff, and like, and if there's certain, you know, like if they want me to squirt in certain positions, like one time it took forever because they wanted me to like squat over a girl while she was like laying on a massage table, and she was supposed to be asleep, and I was supposed to be like jerking myself off to her, over her, and then like squirt on her face and like say it was like moisturizer for her facial or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good plot.
Wow.
And they were like, all right, Paige, like time to do this, the squirt on the girl's face. And I'm like, wait, but like no one's touched me or like licked me or like done anything to make me feel like squirting. And they're like, just do it yourself. Like they thought I could just fucking do it on command, which I guess I could, but it was like, it's not easy when you haven't had any stimuli, you know?
Yeah, that's when the dude
so I just sit there fucking going like this over this poor girl's face. And like, I already feel weird about my vagina when I'm like with a girl. I just feel like girls don't like my vagina. I don't know why. I have like a weird insecurity. Not guys, but if it's a girl looking at my vag, I feel very self-conscious. And
well, I would feel weird if a guy looked at my dick.
Just trying to fucking squirt on this girl's face while I'm sitting over her and everyone's filming me. It took forever. It was like awkward as fuck.
I thought we had a weird workplace.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like it's just, hey, stand here. I got to film.
Okay, so to put that in perspective, it's like you are acting like you're asleep.
Hey, no, don't put it in perspective.
And
I don't want to hear
my chat is saying they wish they were camera guys so they could get squirted on.
Oh, jeez. Chat is lit. I hope some of those people were the dudes we send over there because those was a bunch of horn dogs in our comments. Hey, I was just thinking though, when we were talking about whatever, and this is like this is my question. I felt like asking, what about if like the dude accidentally finishes in like 2 minutes and you guys are designed to have like a 30-minute scene? What happens?
That's just unprofessional. It doesn't happen.
It just hasn't happened with me. So I'm sure it has happened in other scenes, but like I pretty much worked with like top male performers. There was only like a couple times where I was with a younger, newer performer or whatever, and he had to kind of like stop because he was getting too turned on. I gotta tell you, man, dudes come so fast if you're like saying dirty stuff. I had to like stop saying dirty stuff with some of those like younger guys because like they couldn't handle it. Like,
hey, let's spin that into an advice for everyone listening who is of age. How long or how short is too short? People always ask like, "Oh, how long do you last?"
But the thing, it's not a set limit. I mean, there's
yeah, it depends on the kind of sex you're having.
There's different parts of the equation, you know.
Well, I'm just trying to build up some people's confidence here.
Like, okay, there's lots of different types of sex though. Like if you're just having like, you know, a quickie and you want to go out to a movie afterward, or you're just horny and you want to fuck right then, like it's fine if it's only like a couple minutes, you know. But if you're like, you know, you lit a candle and you're in bed and you guys have been kissing on each other, doing all this stuff, and then you only last 2 minutes, it's like, dude, we did all this stuff and that's it. That's all I get.
I burnt my finger on this candle. You better last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, here's one thing that I've noticed overall guys just like don't do that would like greatly increase their longevity is like 2 things actually. A, switch the damn position more. Girls like to be thrown around. Put them in different moves or whatever. Try not to be weird about it. Don't try to make her do a handstand or something. Like, just switch it up a lot because then it gives your dick a break from the stimuli. You know, that's number 1. And then number 2 is stop. You don't have to like, once you put it in, that doesn't mean you have to stay in until it's done. Like put it in for a while, go at it, and then pull out and like use your finger or your mouth or like make out or something, like something other than just like pound town. And then like those two things, if you just do that, any guy, I don't care who you are, unless you're a premature fucking ejaculator, in which case there's advice for that too.
Yeah, that's a different
You will last longer.
You gotta calm the dick. Like you gotta get the dick to this certain point where you gotta get past, right? You gotta get, sometimes if you like feel like you're gonna go early, you gotta get it to that fucking point. And then you kind of slow it down a little bit because once you get past that point, I mean, you're.
It's the point of no return.
Yeah. And like, don't do positions like what gets you off. Like which positions just totally do it for you. Like my boyfriend, like he likes it if I'm like on my stomach and like I just have my butt up and it's like together, and he likes to like that view, and like he can't do that position unless like it's time.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much for him.
Yeah,
so like
he can't make it through
which
one
position
R.
it
Kelly
is
song
for
with
you,
that on.
stay away from that one until she's like begging you to stop or something. Like just don't do that position until she's like clearly had a lot of her own orgasms.
Yeah, that's the one that my wife always wants to go there, but I'm like,
shout out to the premature ejaculators. They're people too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just one person. I mean, that's different situations. Everybody at one point in their life has been premature.
Oh, I know. There's a story I tell all the time to people. Like, so my buddy on his prom night, he was so excited but he put the condom on himself and he finished in the before he even went in. Yeah, it's a true story. I'm not gonna say his name because it's really messed up, but he's probably gonna be pissed at me.
That's not.
But
even
what I'm saying? Like,
that's like pregame.
Well, no,
like,
but he was like
pregame.
Well, imagine like, so you're 18 years old, prom night. You spent, you've just been jacked all night. Just like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. I guess he waited too long before it happened, and it happened.
But the thing is, he probably could have gave it a quick wipe and been ready to roll.
Dude, but you don't. He probably. I mean, I didn't ask him after that. I was too busy laughing, but I'm sure like in his head he was just like, this just happened.
Dude, a girl used to tell. She told us this story when we were in like junior high. It was one of my he was one of my like best friends like a couple years back, and so she told us like that she just put her hand down his pants and barely even like was combing through the pubes.
Oh, I've done that. That's happened to me.
Combing through the pubes, and he just and just.
Oh.
And then I started telling everybody
that happened with me with like this college guy.
A college dude.
I did that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just in college. I met this dude, and he had big muscles, so I was like, okay, cool. And like we were both in the business school or something, and I don't know, we were making out, and then I just like touched his dick for like a second, not even in the pants, through the pants, and then
and over the pants, HJ, and it's still.
Yeah, he was like blushing. He was like so shy about it, and I just like it was cool that it was with me and not like someone else. Hopefully, it didn't happen to him too much because I wasn't like upset or anything. I thought it was cute.
I would have been like, I just nutted, but give me 4 minutes.
Well, there's a way to fix premature ejaculation too, if you want to know. Like, it's not hard.
Well, now I feel like you have to tell
for the most
everybody.
part, unless you have like a serious condition. But basically, guys who just come too quick, just masturbate in the morning. Yep. That's it. Masturbate in the shower in the morning. Just get your own, just jerk. Like, you got prom night that night, your girl's gonna give up her virginity, whatever. All right. Well, if it's prom night, masturbate in the morning and masturbate at lunch, just in case.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're still gonna be excited enough to get hard. Like, especially if you're that young. Like, you're still gonna be hard later.
Anyway, so you can take that drawback,
Yeah, I like to just think about it like from Workaholics. Like, you can't always be full torqued. If you go around life full torqued, something bad's gonna happen. Can't go through life full torqued. Hey, will you do me a favor and go check how many minutes we got left on that?
It says 40.
Okay, just want to make sure it wasn't 4.
3.
That would have been terrible.
I got some fucking hawk vision, though.
Yeah, nice.
Theo says, I bet Colby premature ejaculates.
Hey, tell that guy to suck it. What's his name? Theo?
What kind of fucking queer is named Theo?
Yeah, Theo. What are you,
Theon
Greyjoy?
This guy wants to know, Tommy, or Paige, you have said guys become insecure when you tell them you have done porn. Are the insecurities warranted? I mean, not that many. I've had about equal amount of guys who are like excited by it or think it's cool or something, and guys who are like, like, how would I ever be able to please you or something? And like, honestly, the guys who are like, how would I ever be able to please you? Like, probably suck at sex anyway. So.
Well, why do they even? Who worries about that? Like, if they just like met you and shit, and you tell they were feeling you, but it's just like, all right, either we fuck once.
I mean,
or it sucks.
I honestly like I haven't had like that much of an issue with it because like I understand men well enough. Like, I understand how their egos work and understand like what they get insecure about and why, and I know how to like mitigate it. Like, I can make any dude a sex god easily.
But it's not like they're trying to have sex with you like a porn star. They're trying to have sex with you like a normal person, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't banging that many people who were, like, civilians. Like, but honestly, I'm pretty monogamous. Like, in porn, I had, like, a couple, like, fuck buddies besides what I did on set, you know? And before porn, I had a boyfriend. And then right after porn, like, I quit for another boyfriend. And then I left that boyfriend for a new boyfriend. So I don't really slut it up. Like, I did that when I was, like, 19, 20, really. I don't know.
College, that doesn't count.
I was in relationships.
So, I mean, is part of the reason that you aren't in porn at the moment is because this boyfriend or just a whole different venture?
No, it's like a combination. It's different. I dated a shitty guy that I quit porn for, but I was also, like, fed up with the industry. I had just walked off a set, like, before I met him because I was so, like, pissed off at what was happening on that set. And I felt like I'd learned all I wanted to learn, and all I wanted to do was try to pursue my porn company at the time. But I quit that too because, partly because of him, and partly because the industry just, like, wasn't making me happy and dealing with everybody. Like, it's just, like, they didn't really like me, and I didn't really,
They're like,
I liked a lot of them, but I had a bad reputation that I think was undeserved, but not that would have kept me from my porn company. I still had, like, a lot of friends and stuff, but I don't know. I just wanted to, like, do something else, I think. I just wasn't really clicking for me. That's kind of why I quit.
we should sell sex toys.
We should sell sex toys.
Isn't that a...
With DudeComedy on it? Like DudeComedy dildos?
No, not like that, but isn't like, that's what...
Yeah. That's what they used to
Toonie
do.
used to
They used to
do.
do like a adult superstore where they would get them all and then reference it and sell it.
That's just off the top of my head, but yeah.
Hey, you're always thinking business, man.
Yeah. Me.
You just blew us off our freaking story.
Fidget spinner butt plugs. That's what you should sell.
Oh.
They make those now.
Those would
A
be
butt
so...
plug with a fidget spinner on
those would
it.
be so easy to sell.
And
You guys should use your own assholes to model it.
Kyle's in.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Then I have to shave it. And you can't do the modeling part.
Oh yeah, the porn guys nair. They nair their assholes. Most of them.
See, I can't do that.
Do porn
Fun fact.
dudes make more than porn girls still, or is it the other way?
Yes.
They make a lot more?
No. Some porn girls make more if they're, like, really famous and they have their own sex toy thing and they have their own website and they've been in the business for, like, 5 years or whatever. Like, there are some. But for the most part, guys just shoot so much more. There's 25 porn guys fucking 500 porn girls, you know? Porn girls
Not a
just
bad
are,
ratio.
you know, they don't get hired as much.
Well, what the fuck am I doing with my life,
Well,
man?
yeah, not a bad ratio.
You know what, though? Can I tell you? You think, like, oh, those guys live the life, you know, they're making 100K plus a year, fucking hot bitches. But, like, they get over it really quick. Like, they actually want, you know, a lot of them want, like, a nice relationship with, like, a nice girl. And after a while, they feel like they can't get a nice girl because they're a porn star. And they, you know, they date a lot of porn girls and they get, like, oh, they don't really like a lot of porn girls. And then they just get desensitized. They have to start shooting their dick up with, like, dick drugs to get hard because they're just not excited and they're tired of all the bullshit. There's a lot of porn guys have to put up with a lot of bullshit because at least girls can be, like, pull the whole victim card a lot if they're uncomfortable, but guys have to just be down. You know, you got a stinky puss, they gotta be down. Like, you don't see, like, porn dudes being like, I can't fuck this girl, her vagina stinks, but, like, a girl can be like, his dick stinks, make him go clean it. You know?
How that
Hey.
would suck. Like, you're just primed, ready to fuck, and she goes, his dick stinks. And she's just looking at you with that dick stink face, and you're just like,
I mean,
Nah, this is
see what
weird.
it happened to me once where the guy, I just, like, I could tell he'd, like, been walking around or something and hadn't really rinsed right before. It wasn't terrible, but, like, I wasn't dating him or into him, so I wasn't, like, a fan of his pheromones, you know what I'm saying? And so but I powered through it because I didn't want to make it awkward and make the scene bad and stuff. I was like, whatever, it'll just, you know, clean off with everything else.
Oh, classic dick
you
cheese.
need a dick fluffer.
But after that, I started having, like, a little thing. Like, I would just go up to the guy and I'd be all flirty and be like, oh, I'm so excited. And be like, can you just, like, do me one little thing? Can you just, like, rinse it? I'm sure it's great already, but just rinse it. I'll like, suck it so much better if you can just, like, rinse it real quick.
Jeez.
Done deal.
And they'd be like, sure, no problem. And that's how I avoided the dick cheese.
I love it. I used to always call people dick cheese. That was a great Urban Dictionary.
I want to be
dick cheese.
I want to be a dick fluffer. Like, that's just my job, to just fluff up. Like, so you don't have to personally
That's
say
what
it.
you want to do in
Yeah,
life?
so you don't have to personally tell them, so it's not as awkward. But I'm just the dude that always reminds the dude Like, hey, can you let's get a little dick fluff. Let's go splash a little water.
You know,
on
I
there.
will say most of them are already like the professional guys are already like for the most part pretty good. Like they know. And porn's actually pretty sterile, so there's not a whole lot of like, you know, so, like girls are always encouraged to like douche, which is actually a really bad practice. Like they should just rinse beforehand and make sure they showered that morning or something, because the douches make the girls' pussies actually stink worse.
That stank.
Oh, this show is awesome.
So they keep it pretty sterile, which for me, honestly, I didn't like it. Like I'd always tell the girls whenever I did lesbian porn, I'd be like, hey, did you shower today? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, okay, don't douche. I like it.
Oh, damn.
That's love.
Yeah.
Wait, so what about you have a boyfriend now? At my birthday party, I'm setting you up with my friend.
I didn't want to break your heart then. Yeah, I have a boyfriend.
Oh, he's going to be listening to this and break his heart.
Wait, where's your birthday party?
In Washington. Kind of far.
I don't know where you Seattle?
live, but I'm assuming. Yeah, Seattle.
I love Seattle. So
Where are you currently?
I'm in Texas. I'm like in oil country where they do all the oil drilling and stuff.
Are you close to Tito's?
What's that?
What do they make? They make Tito's vodka in Texas.
No, I don't know. I'm in like West Texas, like Northwest Texas.
Wow.
I'm going to a Garth Brooks concert.
Oh God, no, I wouldn't choose to be in Texas. I miss I'd probably be in New York City or Portland or something if I had a choice. But my boyfriend is in the oil industry, so
oh, great! You're not dumping him. Then sounds rich.
Does he drill the oil, or does he tell people to drill oil?
He tells them where to drill. He like buys and sells minerals, and like he's in like the business of oil. He's only like 29 though. Everyone thinks I have like a sugar daddy or something. Like he's actually
I'm
my
29.
best friend from. When I met him when I was 15 and he was 17, and we met on Skyrim forums, like Oblivion, Skyrim gaming.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, so we've been friends ever since then, and then we finally just gave it a shot like this past March, and works to be with your best friend.
You got an oil tycoon, dating a former porn star. That's love, man.
Yeah, and we both play like Destiny like every night, so together.
So my dad's side of the family, they actually have mineral rights in, I want to say, North Dakota. So they get like a nice little check every month for oil. Pretty cool, huh?
Me and Kyle are thinking about getting into the pot industry somehow.
That's actually smart. That's a great business move.
Great. We'll see you there.
We need a fluffer girl.
We need a fluffer.
Paige, I'm gonna quit. Oh my God.
Pot
Paige,
fluffer.
what advice would you give for people to get more sexually comfortable with themselves? Can you guys explain like what maybe they mean? Like what does it mean to be sexually uncomfortable with yourself as a guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just somebody that's
like, are you just like afraid to pull your dick out in front of a girl, or do you not want to touch it on your own? Are you afraid if you masturbate too much you go blind? Like, where are we at on the spectrum here?
Yeah, see, that's one of the problems, and this is with all due respect to our listeners, but sometimes they'll send us these like really heartfelt questions, but on Twitter, so there's 160 characters, and you're like, wait, dude, you're just I can't, what? Like, what? I need more context here.
Yeah. I think he means people feel inadequate. Well, see, this is a big problem with porn. I think a lot of porn and stuff is making guys feel inadequate. Not just about how big their dick is, but like they don't feel like they can do the same moves and positions, or they don't think they can make girls scream as loud. And it's all like really unhealthy for them to feel that way, and unnecessary. You guys are like riveted. Oh my God.
I was just like, wait.
I like it. I mean, it's just a kind of a...
Yeah, like I said, dick pics are overrated. Like most girls, honestly, like their vaginas are like this deep, you know? It's not like you need this much of a dick to put it in. And like some women have deeper ones, you know, some women are more of like, you know, into monster dicks, but it's like a minority because honestly, like vaginas, like they flex, like they adjust to whoever is penetrating, and like that could be anything from just a little finger to like your nice average 5.5 inch dick or something, you know, and like
5. Write that down. 5.5.
It can all like hit that G spot just fine. Like honestly, it's more about everything else you do and manhandling and like, you know, taking control and being assertive and going down and being communicative about what both people like and don't like, and all of that stuff is going to create like the best sexual experience. Like honestly, some of the best sexual experiences I've had were with guys that had some of like smaller dicks I've ever seen.
Oh, Asians.
No, I've only been with one Asian. He was the stunt double for the Amazing Spider-Man.
What?
Oh. See, sounds like he's got some confidence.
Yeah, I swear to, I shit you not, like one time after, like we were like friends who like it wasn't just like a one time thing, but it was just when he was in New York City for filming that movie, and like one time we were eating Chinese food on the bed like watching a movie or something, and he was like, oh, I need to go get something from the fridge, and this bitch legit did a fucking cartwheel off the bed, like a fucking flip. It just flipped.
And that's when you just start dripping, and you're like,
just like
we fucking.
You knocked that Chinese food over onto the bed, and you were just like, take me now, baby.
When he came back, you were laying on the bed naked. You had a little rice dribbled on your puss. And
some Chinese food on her tit.
He's like, and then he's like,
I just was like, no, what actually happened, I was like floored. I was like, did you just fucking do a flip off the bed, like with food on it and not spill anything? And he's just like all confused. Like he didn't even realize he was doing this. He wasn't trying to show off. He was like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize I did it like that. Like, yeah. I was like,
fuck.
Hey, flip guy, flip me now. Yeah. Let's go.
He's flip. Exactly. Why don't you come flip this bean?
Yeah, flip this bean. Man, that's.
Oh, and he didn't have a small dick either. Like
I was just being
like
stereotypical.
that's why I slept. Like that was like definitely a motivating factor, other than liking him and us being friends and whatever. But I also was like, oh, I'd never been with an Asian guy. I was like, I want to know if it's true. And like he was like above average. So.
Damn. From all the years of stereotypes, I can't just mentally close my eyes and think of a little Asian guy with a huge dick.
Well, what about keep your eyes closed? Keep your eyes closed. Can you imagine a black dude with a teeny dick?
No.
Those happen. That happens. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that suck if you were a black guy with a small dick? Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like then I can understand your inadequacy feelings, because then every time like a white woman looked at you, you'd be like, I know she just wants the BBC. That's all she's interested in, and like I don't have that. Fuck.
Just he's got a tornado tongue though.
He probably can still dunk though.
Yeah, chat wants to know, is 7 inches okay? 7 inches is very rare. It's rare for a guy to actually have 7 inches. Like if you're a guy and you're saying you have 7-inch dick, most likely you don't. Most likely it's like 6 and you're adding an inch.
Hey, I got a quick question. So like I run like pretty fast and lift weights, and my dick's beat. This is like a self, like what's that called? And they just like self high five themselves in their comment.
But he doesn't actually have a 7-inch dick.
Yeah, call that guy a loser for me. Loser.
Well, I mean, because a lot of guys add an inch or something whenever they like measure it. They like what they do is like if you ever see a guy measure his dick, he'll like push his like pube like fat down as like far as it goes and try to like push the dick up as hard as it'll go, and then put the measure up to it, and it's like that's not your real dick. Like,
I measure from the asshole.
Dude, remember my dad's business idea that we never did?
Oh, don't say
never
it.
said it.
Don't say it.
But that just
we could do it with her, and she could make us
realized.
videos and split profits.
Hey, we just thought.
What's the idea?
I'll tell you off camera. Right, we've actually done this to the people listening before. I've forgotten about the idea twice. Now this is the third time I've forgotten about it. But what you just said reminded me of the idea.
It's a great idea.
And it's already priced out, and we can do it.
You're going to fuck with all these people here? What's wrong with you?
Well, it'll hit the market next week. Somebody will definitely take the idea.
Someone will take the idea and the domain. But I can guarantee you we can launch this product in a week. So that if you were in the chat, we'll give you a promo code. Use promo code DudeComedy.
We'll get you one for free if you're in this show.
For letting you guys down.
It really is a great,
well, you're gonna have
funny,
to tell me. Shit.
It's a great, funny idea.
And it's already priced out and everything. We just didn't know how to market it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll market it with my vagina.
Yeah. No, you could promote it well. It would actually be great for Snapchat.
Yeah, it would be great. No, it would be perfect on Snapchat.
How many opens per snap do you get?
Hey, also tell everybody
like
all this.
50 to 80,000.
How much?
50 to 80,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I get like 600.
I get like 15 to 20, which is still pretty good.
You got bigger Snapchats than that. My Snapchat's only big because, like, I used to be a porn star, so, like, I was listed on some sort of, like, Reddit, Snapchat porn stars thing, and I posted, like,
our
pics on
website.
there all the time, so that's why.
So we've only had one article in the history of our website that ever, like, reached search results to where we had, like, residual traffic every single day. Like, no matter what day it was, there was always, like, 70 to 150 people on this, and it was called 37 porn stars Snapchat names. And we were number one on Google, and we got just endless traffic for a year. And I'm pretty sure you would have been in there because I took it from Reddit.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what I was on. A lot of people told me I found my Snap from.
And then we put ourselves on it.
Yeah, we put ourselves at the bottom of it, and I got like the day it went super viral. I had myself and Kyle in there, and my Snapchat like wouldn't load. I was like, "This is so tight."
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then I realized all those people are just like, why are they adding me? I don't even post on this.
Yeah, well, let's close it out with her telling us where you want people to go.
Tell everybody where you want to go, like when you stream, your Twitter, your back page. Not my. I was gonna try to say MySpace. I said back page. All right,
YouTube.com/C/Redhead Redemption page, or you just put in Redhead Redemption into the search engine. It should come up. All my social media is like linked on that YouTube. So twitch.tv/Redhead Redemption page if you like gaming, which you should, otherwise you're not cool. Twitter and Instagram, I am Paige J. So yeah. Snapchat is, I forget what my Snapchat is. Sorry, I don't know.
Well, we'll link like we'll put like the main ones on there too, and it's the internet. If you're listening to this show, people know how to find.
Just look in the description.
She only puts nudes on Snapchat.
Yeah, there's only nudes on Snapchat, so don't follow her on Twitter.
No, I'm just kidding. I follow her, and she hasn't posted a nude yet.
I put a lot of nude shots though. Like, to be fair, I do show my tits a lot. So.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and if you're watching the video and you want to get the Zero Fox Given shirt, the link is in the description. Hey, you want to be our t-shirt model too?
Oh, I want that shirt.
We'll send you one.
We'll send it to you.
We want.
Look what I'm wearing. Look at my hat.
We could do so much fucking shit together because we.
Hey, well, hold on. We'll make a tank top though, so that way we can use your assets
to
advantage.
Look at my hat.
What does it say?
I need that shirt.
What does it say? The thing's right above it.
Fresh out of Fox.
Fresh out of Fox.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
Fox, not Fox.
Well, we'll send that to her. We'll market it.
You're our new business partner. We can fuck shit up together.
Yeah.
Damn,
doing business with the girl doing Facebook stuff is we can kill the fucking Facebook game, but we need to catch more eyes, and me or Colby standing there wearing a shirt catches about 0 eyes.
So you just need like thumbnails.
But yeah, we want to.
But like, you also like
we want to
include you talk back and forth.
I know. I was joking. Hey. I was joking.
Also
titties and shit.
One thing we do on this show is we break down the wall of clickbaiting this on YouTube. We need to think of a title real quick.
We already said 2 guys, 1 porn star.
I think we already did that.
Did we?
I don't know if we did.
Why would we have done that when we haven't had 2 guys and 1 porn star on the show?
2 guys and 1 porn star. Do not, if you're listening still, do not Google 2 girls 1 cup unless you want to ruin your day.
I couldn't watch that video.
So old. Come on, it came out when I was in like 8th grade.
That was the.
How you gonna shit in a cup and eat some other girl's shit in a cup?
All right, I was about to close this out, but now I have this thoughts coming, and I have to say it. That was the first like trending video I've ever like.
I've never seen the whole
film a
thing.
reaction, and I watched someone reacting to that video, and I was just like,
Yeah, I couldn't watch the whole thing. My ass is swelling to stand up.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening.
All right.
Thanks, Paige.
Cheerio.
Stay here because we got to tell you this
Thanks
wild ass idea. It's all shut down.
Yeah, we'll shut our stuff down and then tell you the wild ass idea.
Shut it down.
Take it out.
Okay.
Take it out.